Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Saturday Morning Cartoons. With me is Gorilla's Random Thoughts. How you doing, Gorilla?
Doing good. Did you take the words out of that song?
No, that's how I found it on YouTube Music.
No, you used to have like all kinds of words like Pepe Le Pew and there's a different one.
Yeah, this is a different one.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid copyright. It worked for a week, but then it started getting claimed again.
Oh, I thought the other one was in the public domain. Or was for use
No.
or whatever.
It's labeled, they're both labeled like that on YouTube Music, but apparently not. And we got Teague. Hey. How you doing, Teague?
Well, I'll be hungover after being drunk wears off. It's good to see you guys. Hi, Gorilla.
You're in the best state of mind for this.
Is it Care Bears? Care Bears was winning.
Yes, Care Bears won by
a comfortable margin. Actually.
Very comfortable.
Yeah.
It was at 70-30 when I looked. I voted.
Hey, Jeremy, I think I found your culprit.
Me?
Right here.
Really?
Yeah.
Me? That was, you know what? I did vote for Care Bears. I'll admit it. I did. But like, it wasn't like it was trollish or to be a jerk. It was like Care Bears was running the fuck away with it. So I was like, all right.
That's when you counterbalance it.
Care Bears ended up winning by more than a dozen votes.
Yeah, no, I changed my vote. I voted for the other two things first, and Care Bears was just kicking the shit out of them. So I was like, I want to be a winner.
I was pushing for Vader Zip.
Yeah. But somehow, some way, Care Bears won, and it wasn't even close.
I think once you gave people that choice, they're just like, oh, we're going to make them watch Care Bears. It's going to be too funny. So welcome. We promise it will be too funny.
Yeah. It's bound to be better than Alf was anyway.
There was an Alf animated show. I missed that one. It was that bad, huh, buddy?
It was horrible.
Wow.
Very, very low quality. The only thing good about it, they got the guy to do the voice from the actual TV show.
if the show is that bad, why isn't it called Saving Star Trek with Alf?
Okay, let's get this torture going. Care Bears Classic Series, Episode 1, Carolotte's Birthday.
We care a lot about the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. We care a lot.
Desmond Sharon, welcome to the show. I love the Care Bears. Yeah, it was pretty nice when I was 4. But that was 35 years ago.
I was once stranded on the side of the road. I was turning on the road flares and I was waving down people to help. 2 Care Bears pulled over. I thought it was going to be okay, but they beat my ass and took my wallet. So they're not always like they seem.
Yeah, everything I looked up labels this 1988, but this series actually debuted in 86. Best I can figure is they churned this stuff out real quick, and they changed it sort of significantly from the original to season, because it went March 85 the movie, September 85 the first series, March 86 the second movie, September 86 this. So I don't know why they rushed it all so quickly, and it's all significantly enough different from each other.
Please press F for the dignity of 1986. Didn't get very far.
How you doing, LDG?
Hey, Pickles.
Let's get go somewhere in the sky, move fast, and yeah. Well, for the 80s, I'll admit that's very high quality.
Hello, Captain Fandom Nerd. Well, we had 80s, the animated series. Sorry, Highlander, the animated series from the 80s. That was really good.
I believe that's from 84 or 94. And hello, Suzanne. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Hello. No, you know what? It was from 1684. We only saw it in 1984.
Yeah. Yeah, that's teamwork.
I'm beginning to understand why David Koresh became the person he was watching this. Well, they really have some strong lore, don't they?
Apparently, yeah. I might as well put on Muppet Babies.
Someone had to show up for work to illustrate this. That must have been a joy.
I guess a paycheck is a paycheck.
That is so true. And let me just say that what I did last night on 53rd and 3rd is legal in my state.
And someone say Gorilla's daughter's age would love this. I'm sure this kept thousands, if not millions, of children busy while their parents took 10 seconds to themselves.
Yes, that's almost definitely true. It's adorable and harmless as long as, like, let me put it this way. As long as we don't pull a Disney and insert queerness everywhere we can, this harmless cartoon will teach us nothing but not hurt us either.
Gotta watch where you park.
We're supposed to sort of acknowledge this is bad, right?
I guess.
Cares a lot is not the greatest name. And no heart for the villain. I mean, at least the Smurfs, like someone's like, who's our bad guys? Like, Gargamel. In 1988, there was a hit song called We Care a Lot.
May have been inspired by Care Bears.
It's the guys who do a what the fuck is it? You want it all, but you can't have it. The Dying Goldfish Band.
I have no idea what that is.
The video basically featured a goldfish dying, but you know, like you were 4.
Yeah. I think he's already been taken care of.
Oh, I remember the band's name. It's Faith No More.
Ah.
Hey, Suzanne. Andy Warhol, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, dead. Don't blame him for this.
Oh, for a second there, I thought he was going to be out muscled by a 1-year-old.
I hate when that happens. Reminiscent of Catch That Pigeon? Is it the same like animators?
Might be.
No Care Bears were hurt making this film.
No matter how much that may be more enjoyable.
Yeah, we're sorry about that. We wanted the one where they all die, but that one's banned. He's got the golden lasso of truth. Did I catch that right? Care Bear number 1 is called Braveheart.
Yeah.
So Braveheart's like, I care about you. Now I have a few opinions about the people from the Middle East I'd like to tell you.
Yeah, he has a he's actually technically a Care Bear cousin. And Tenderheart is the actual leader of the Care Bears.
Is there a Sacred Heart?
Who knows? I haven't looked at the franchise in a few decades. I wouldn't be surprised.
I remember the Care Bears. My father bought 100,000 shares of Care Bear stock, and that's why I had to grow up in a very small apartment. We once had a large house on Long Island. There's like what, maybe 5 years left in the whole Saturday morning cartoon thing. So, whoa.
Yeah, this was 86, so the early 90s is starting to fade.
By 1995, I think it's over, right?
Yeah.
Bill and Ted is like one of the last cartoons made. Although Ghostbusters went forward after that. But not for a super long time.
Ghostbusters ended, I believe, in
I think it's
1991, 1992.
I think you're right, but they cranked out a lot of very high quality cartoons for them. I mean, they're very good cartoons in their vein. Anybody out there see the movie? No one seems to have bothered. No one says it's terrible. People just said it's not worth paying for. They'll see it on like the rewind. Like no one has ill will towards the movie. Just no one has $25 for it either.
Yeah. The closer to 95 to 97 era things started progressing to the afternoon shows.
Was it?
You guys hear me?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, now we hear you.
I'm going to I'm going to honor last night's show that we were on, and every time you get to your point, I'm just going to start speaking randomly.
Yeah. No, what movie were you guys talking about?
We're just talking about like where the Care Bears are kind of close to the end. The Ghostbusters make it a little further along. 95, 96, things are really tapering down. And I think in 2000 was the first Saturday morning ever without cartoons. Well, since TV started.
Yeah, depending on the channel.
Right. Nickelodeon still did it.
2002.
Networks are out.
That's when the network started giving up. They weren't showing original content at that point, but
well, that's because they had to compete with something else, and that's what they said. That's when they threw Saturday morning cartoons out the door.
yeah, most of them started replacing it with sports content. Even in the early 90s, like Fox was preempting their cartoon lineup for Saturday morning baseball.
And it was very sad because a lot of the Care Bears ended up on the list and taking PEDs to try to play in the major leagues.
They would have fit right in the 90s.
Oh God damn! They need to get yelling at.
Definitely.
They're looking for tugs or love. I mean, get some money and go to the brothel.
Hey, well, you don't need to go to a brothel. You can get it a lot cheaper in the parking lot of a truck stop. Why would they name it Tugs of Love?
Hugs and tugs.
Oh, Hugs and Tugs. Oh God, you got an Irish one in there. No offense to the Irish.
None taken, but yeah, wow. What is it, gentlemen? I'm half Irish American. I certify my friends are not anti-Irish.
You also got a leprechaun looking one.
Oh, don't tell me it's the Irish one that's the leprechaun.
I need me gold.
Well, you know in the Star Trek TNG or DS9 there that Rumpelstiltskin one that I can't remember what the name of the episode was. The one where they're going
DS9. I'm sorry.
There's one in there that you can tell O'Brien had a lot more sway in DS9 than in TNG because they had this thing where whatever they're thinking about will manifest in front of them, and it was supposed to originally be a leprechaun because Miles O'Brien was supposed to be Irish there,
right?
But
he is Irish.
Well, he said he would quit the show if they made him Irish there because that offensive. So they changed it to Rumpelstiltskin.
I could just Now see here, this may be all well and good for you American sci-fi people, but I've got to go home and make a living because he's very sought after actor.
No, buddy. Yeah, but you can tell he had more sway in DSI because in TNG he had to sit there and put up with that one episode of there where they had those Irish stereotypical people.
Oh, the Brunelli. It's called Up the Long Ladder. He might not be in it.
No. I'm talking about
in it for a little bit.
No, I'm talking about the one with the one where the cloning planet.
The space
Irish. That's Up the Long Ladder.
They find a planet that's run by Zephram Cochrane, a.k.a. James Cromwell, a.k.a. Babe Pig in the City. And he's like, we don't have sex. We only clone people. And the Brunelli are like, we have sex all the time. And Picard's like, I think we'll leave the horny people with the smart people and just leave them alone. And I believe they're a part of the same ship that broke apart and crashed in two different solar systems. Like, they're pretty far apart, but they're once the same colony mission, right?
No, I think they're the same
two colony.
Same
ship, two colony missions.
Yeah.
They hitched the ride.
Yeah, they're the same system, different planets.
They spend a long time going from planet A to planet B because Picard's like, I need time to understand why Worf would let these people have real alcohol.
Yeah. And just think that that thing that Worf ordered for him, that's probably just Klingon version of a wine cooler.
Well, although he is Klingon by birth, he was only 4 or 5 when he was adopted by the Roshenkos. So maybe it was an Earth drink, you know what I mean? But something that he felt was Klingon-esque. Remember, he's like more Klingon than Klingon because of like he's overcompensating. He was left behind.
No, but he spoke it in Klingon there, so I'm guessing that was a Klingon drink because he always had that Klingon side. He always clung to his heritage there. But I'm guessing it was the Klingon version of a wine cooler.
I will say this: I have to take my hat off to the writing of that because it's an adopted person. Worf being adopted was handled very well. He didn't quite totally understand his adopted parents, but he wasn't an ingrate scumbag to them. And at the end, he's like, "You are my parents," which is, it was cool. Hey, Edge time. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Edge.
Hey, Edge time. Oh, Jared, what time do you want to start Johnny Mnemonic tonight?
The regular time's fine.
Okay. So I know my kid wants to have a fire tonight.
Are you, Germ, are you going to come by my channel this week and do a member stream with me?
Yeah, sure.
This week? I can't wait.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, Monday I'm busy, but maybe Tuesday or Thursday. Thank you, by the way. And Gorilla, why don't you come down too and hang out, man?
Well, it all depends on what day and what time, because I got packed schedules.
Well, I would like to get you there if I can. You're the greatest.
Okay, because I work 8 to 5 every day.
You mean 9 to 6 in American time?
Hey, if you want to go with that commie time, go for it.
Well, commie time would be Atlantic time from Canada, right?
Well, I will give New York one thing. They aren't taxing people every time it rains like Ontario.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. They mostly return your taxes. You get taxed super high. You get more than half of that shit back. I think New York has figured out some kind of scheme where by holding and loaning out their tax money and then returning it, they don't have to take as much, but it's pretty dear. I did not enjoy paying yesterday.
No way. Beaten by toddlers. That has to be embarrassing.
Do we know they're toddlers? I mean, these Care Bears could be 700 years old.
Oh, they're babies, at least. Well, I don't know the lifespan of a Care Bear.
You have to cut them open and count the rings. I would say the lifespan of a Care Bear is about 6 years based on the fad. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. There was no storyness to that story. And knowing is half the battle.
And that is government PSAs at work.
And as you can see,
they got a lot of money for that.
The song is sort of ass. Is this Randy Newman?
I'm sure they got someone just, hey, we need a kid's cartoon. Here's a nice pile of your favorite substance. We'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah. We love LA. It's the We Love LA guy. It's by Kay Hamlin. They taught people how to count backwards from 4. That's valuable.
The only music credit they got is Patrika Collin on here.
See, look, time is running backwards. I asked my popular assistant, and that was the answer they gave me. But you may be right. It was just an Amazon answer. Do we see like really old Care Bears, or are they all kind of frozen between 4 and 7?
I don't think that I see any real older Care Bears, as far as I know.
The reason I asked that is because we saw a grumpy Care Bear, and there's a grumpy Smurf.
Oh shit!
No, it's true. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what's called a typewriter. It's an analog word processor. Best way I can describe it for you. Why would they be using a 35-year-old joke in a children's cartoon? They're just putting words on paper, weren't they?
He doesn't seem like he'd be very good at that job. Oh, we lost
Gorilla.
Gorilla.
Hey, Gorilla, we in Manila. We have a lot of gratuitous ass shots of the Care Bears. I don't get that one. It only has 4 leaves. They fucked up their own illustration. So he's grumpy because he absorbs the grumpiness of the whole world, is what we basically heard.
I guess so.
They seem every Care Bear is assigned like an emotion or a trait. Sometimes both. That's very high quality right there. Wow. Wow.
Welcome back, Gorilla.
Hey.
Can you hear me, Gorilla?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
There you go. Yeah.
It's a episode of the Care Bears, which we could call the perpetuation the stereotypes. We got an Irish Care Bear, and everyone's being vandalous, especially the child of color. This is sort of the opposite of the way it worked in Queens as far as who bullied who.
He's not freaked out by a talking bear?
He has the power of bullying. Oh wow, the Care Bear just wished this red-headed bastard into the cornfield.
100%.
That was some terrible video game music, huh?
That's the 80s.
Hollywood is
wishes
so
now.
far behind. Yeah, really? What the fuck? Alvin or Elvin?
Alvin.
So they're trolling better cartoons here.
Yeah, that's Freddy's stuff. Don't bother with it.
I spent 5 nights at Freddy's. He's okay. It's the best piece of art so far.
The only reason I even watched that movie is because my kid wanted to watch it.
I'll stop cursing. All right, so we have a recurring bad guy. It's Captain Caveman's more pig-like brother.
A little bit.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, learn your lesson. Captain Caveman Care Bear here. He went really hard in endorsing Gary Hart in that year's election, and it just destroyed his career. That's why he's here doing this. Don't ever throw him with a political point of view publicly. You keep that to yourself. And if people are telling you you're too left wing, just start a YouTube channel. Your political ideas will start to move in a certain direction. All I'm gonna say.
Well, put him one up on Goldemort. At least he doesn't want to eat the Care Bears.
You find it? Okay. Thanks for looking, though.
At least we know the source of his power. He said it right away. Thank you. I think Captain Caveman was also caught with magic mushrooms flying from California to Illinois. So, don't be like Captain Caveman. That's how he ended up on the show. Do you guys remember the children's TV show where the host was always someone who was doing it because they were serving an alternate sentence from their criminal thing?
Wasn't that
I knew
Barney?
several of those.
It was Shining Time Station. Ringo Starr was caught with weed. He had to do 2 years public service. They let him do the show. That's why he's so tuned out. Then Alec Baldwin punched someone in the street, and they're like, "You've done this every day for 2 years. If you don't do the Shining Time Station, we're gonna fire you. We're gonna put your ass in jail." It's like, well, I mean, my wife is Spanish. I'd be okay in jail. No, your wife's not Spanish, Alec. There's no technology helping this out, is there? This is hand-drawn, just not really great.
Yep.
We can see the grading on the paper, I guess.
Well, you're going to wish you weren't in traction in a minute.
Guys, please hit the like and follow button for my pal, Resolute Germ. His cousin, Violent Virus, doesn't deserve your like, but Resolute Germ absolutely does.
Well, we're going to see what a Care Bear is made out of.
Candy and like love, right?
Well, that cotton, whatever it is, he's about going to have it scattered all over the place.
Is there like a really athletic Care Bear called Care Jordan?
I don't think so.
It's too bad they missed a copyright free connection there because you can't copyright Jordan, right?
All right, quit talking about me. I copyrighted that.
Now we know Gorilla's real name. All right, Care.
Half of the community knows my real name.
It's Jordan?
Yeah.
You're a child of the 80s. Good name.
Well, actually, my first name was supposed to be Michael, but my mom put a stop to that. My middle name was supposed to be Jordan.
My first name was Julio until I got. My first name was fucking Julio until I got adopted, so I got lucky too. Have you grown accustomed to the name? Would you trade it for Ewing or another prominent basketball player from that era, or is Jordan? That's the way you like to go.
I don't watch sports, so
Patrick Ewing was a little cooler. He's in Space Jam. You don't have to watch sports to see that. Patrick Ewing was like my basketball hero.
Being a New Yorker, I see that. Unfortunately, he got you exactly as many finals appearances as Reggie did for Indiana.
You couldn't do it alone? Well, Reggie Miller got one. And yeah, we got one. We couldn't throw the ball in the ocean against fucking Hakeem Olajuwon and the Rockets. That was like a disaster. At least the Rangers won the same week, if you like them.
Well, I'm not Canadian, so I'm not a hockey fan.
Well, I like hockey because I like watching people beat the shit out of each other. But I like the New Jersey Diablos because I'm into Satan. What can I say? It's a cool name. So the shadows can possess children and make them act like dicks, or the shadows can manifest as children. Which one is it, bro?
I believe it's the shadows are just influencing them.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, the Star Trek episode Day of the Dove right here on Care Bears. Were you still there when we broke down and lost it and started interviewing Sci-Fi Nation instead of allowing him to try to interview us?
No, I think I bailed out before that.
I don't know Bob April that well, but me and him were just like we couldn't take it anymore. So like, since Jay wants to just talk, we'll be like, so Jay, tell us, what was your favorite color?
Yeah, I left pretty quick. It's pretty obvious what that thing was going to degenerate into.
That's why I mostly was muted, and then I stayed till the end, but I was listening to Doomcock a lot, and I missed my super chat. Feel bad about that. Like, things would get a little insane, so I just turn off my mic and take off my headphones and listen to Doomcock for like 45 straight minutes, and then I just turn my mic on again. This was like the least talky Admiral Teague appearance anywhere ever, but I'm glad I buried the hatchet with the guy.
That's always good.
Anyone who thinks Admiral Teague is combative, I've buried like a bunch of hatchets this week, haven't I?
You're getting better at that.
Well, I tried to bury one last night, but I predicted right away that it wouldn't stay buried very long, and it just didn't. But I tried.
Well, all you can do is keep trying and don't let it spill over as much as you can.
It used to spill over more. Now I've accepted that everyone's a terrible human being except the people who subscribe to my channel. You can redeem yourselves, guys. The only thing I did enjoy hanging out with Jay. He's all right. But the only thing I really, truly enjoyed was I have a rule. I will not disparage another YouTuber at all. You could have one subscriber. I won't do it. I don't know what to say about somebody who's not a YouTuber anymore. I had a great time unloading that.
Well, this is a rather smart move. The entire place is deserted, and it's about to be burnt to a crisp.
So run away.
Unless he can get reinforcements there before the evil wizard, which is not very likely.
Is this the voice of the other Barney who was in Mel Blanc? Sounds a bit like Barney Rubble. Who do you guys prefer? Drunk Barney or mentally challenged Barney?
That's
I'll
a
go with
challenge.
the original Barney.
The original Barney would be drunk Barney, right? Like, Fred. That's Barney 1, right?
Yeah.
And that's blank. And then whatever he doesn't do the next season, so the other guy's like, Fred. And he has like a New Jersey accent that's really strong. I read somewhere they gave Barney a New Jersey accent so he would seem friendly and approachable, but weird and dumb. So I'm sorry, New Jersey. I mean, I might live there one day. I like New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Bob Dermer is the voice of Grumpy.
Is he also Barney Rubble? 2? And of course, we all know Frank Dermer from his great voice work from such shows as Care Bears and
he's in the Care Bears movie, Love, read along stuff. I'm not seeing any Flintstones thing on it.
He does sound a bit like Barney Rubble. I'll say this: if you're a voice actor doing cartoons and you're like, damn, I want to be as good as Barney Rubble, I mean, at least your heart's in the right place because Barney Rubble was a good and funny voice, both iterations.
Yeah, his most famous work seems to be a lot of Care Bear stuff.
Well, I mean, this man's a movie star, so I won't disparage him. He's in the Care Bears movie. Now, these actors weren't in, but they saw Wrath of Khan, so that counts.
You'd think he'd have a better trick than morphing into an animal.
Is it the two of them fucking with him at once? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why the endangered and an amazing American buffalo, the bison, the noble buffalo, is the bad guy of this cartoon. I also think it was this year that I went to the movies and saw Dances with Wolves, where bad actor Kevin Costner eats a buffalo's penis. So Tatanka means buffalo.
What? I thought that was an April Fool's joke.
I had a juice.
Is Carolot one of the bears, or is that where they're from?
That's where they're from.
Look how cheap that animation is. So let's just, we're finding out here the Care Bears are murderers. It was the two of us and the power of DEI.
And to be fair, Noah had that huge albatross around his neck with that Captain Caveman looking guy.
Hey, they say you can do anything you can put your mind to it, but I'm pretty sure I can't jump out of an airplane without a parachute.
Well,
sure
you can. You can do it, but I mean, the results will just be like, ladies and gentlemen, we have Gorilla Jelly coming up in about 8 minutes.
Oh, you can, but you can only do it once.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I want us all to get together, right? I'll pay for this. We'll go to the Rocky Mountains, and we'll wear those flight suits that like make you like a flying squirrel, and we'll all jump off a cliff one after another, and we'll just like fly together.
I'm pretty sure I'm too fat for that.
Yeah.
It's just because you're not married anymore that you have a fucking some kind of value for your life. If you were still married, you'd be like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, but I got kids.
It's a viable excuse. You're allowed. Germ, though, I mean, you're soft.
They'll go after his child support after the grave.
Gorilla will film Germ and I flying. But I mean, I advise everyone, have children. By the time you're done paying off your own college, you can start paying for theirs. It'll be great. Keeping the same habits.
Or better option, just don't go to college.
If I didn't go to college, I would have had to go to war.
You're not that old to go to Vietnam.
No, but I was afraid they're going to draft people for Desert Storm, so I stayed in college.
Oh, fuck.
I'm extremely cowardly. 2 years before the war, I started panicking.
Well, fuck. I screwed up here. I can get drafted now. Before I couldn't get drafted there, but now I can get drafted. But at least I'm not in. At least I'm not in the prime and proper for first up to the front lines. I'm in the oh fuck category. We need more people category.
Thank God, since I went to college,
in the human shield category.
No, I'm in the we royally fucked up, but we need more people category.
So, like, we've already drafted Shrek. Who's left?
Hey, well, we already know Ukraine screwed when they started putting people with Down syndrome on the front line.
Hey, they have a person with Down syndrome running their country. Why not? And so do we. We're not here to make fun of that.
Well, no, ours is dementia, but no, but you know that person all they're going to be doing is hey, stick your head up and tell us what you see. That's all they're going to be doing.
Yeah.
I may be
Guys,
sounding like an asshole for that, but it's true.
I've mentioned before, this is my favorite panel and show to do, right? Aside from my own. I love being here. Now, instead of Caresalon, it's called the Kingdom of Caring. They didn't write a show Bible, did they?
Well, there goes the elephant's chances.
Queer Bear? Is that why we've got a whole month dedicated to him? It's welcome to April, ladies and gentlemen. We have 2 Pride months now.
Jesus Christ, don't they have enough fucking holidays?
Well, you know what? They took it easy on this one. They didn't change the wrappers on the on stickers. Braveheart is a Care Bear cousin. Is that like being furry adjacent? Oh, well, since it's an opinion question, I'll go first and say I believe it is. Germ, you're the chairman of the board here.
Sorta. It's just goes back to a storyline from the first movie. The more animal-looking ones are Care Bear cousins.
Okay. Gorilla, you get the deciding vote, even though I think Resolute Germ was quite correct on the lore.
Okay, what's the vote again?
Do you believe that the other animals are Care Bear cousins, or do you think that they have a different evolutionary branch?
They're the result of inbreeding. They're Alabaman.
It's a sweet home, but like you're gonna have to leave the state if you don't want to date your cousin. Is that what you're saying? We love you, Alabama. We're just fucking around. Let's even it out.
Hey, everybody calls me Minnesota or a Canadian for being from Minnesota, so I can make fun of Alabamans.
I've been to Minnesota, but have you been to New York?
No.
We're gonna have to get you here so you can have some real pizza and bagels, bro.
Oh,
or I'll come back.
There's no way I'll step foot in New York.
Well, I won't set foot in Minnesota while you're alive because I think it was before your lifetime that I got there. I was there in 1997.
Oh, wait, what year?
1997.
Oh, I was 6 years old.
Oh yeah, I was only 3. I came with my parents. I wasn't like a 26-year-old who came here to have fun. I didn't go to Rib Fest and get wasted. None of that stuff's true. I also did not get so drunk that I kept chanting "Let's go Yankees" until I was thrown out of the Triple H Metrodome.
They can't throw you out of there for that.
They removed me for my safety because I kept cheering for the Yankees during a Twins-Royals game.
Oh.
I think. I don't know. I was pretty drunk. I had a fun time there.
Sounds like one of my uncles. The more he gets drunk, the wilder his stories seem to get, and the more bullshit it is.
It's not bullshit that I did see Kirby Puckett and Vince Coleman play against each other in Minnesota in like 1997. But I didn't get thrown out. I was well behaved. I was just kidding about that. So yeah.
Yeah.
What I really enjoyed was going to another team's baseball stadium. It's so different and so weird.
Yeah, it must have been quite a shock seeing a well-updated stadium.
That stadium collapsed since I've been there. But yes, I mean, the Astrodome might have been nicer. My favorite stadium, of course, the Yankee Stadium, not a Yankee Stadium like we have now. That power-washed garbage piece of shit.
Well, they fucking imploded the Metrodome.
Didn't it have a problem where part of the roof collapsed due to snow and then they imploded? Like, they're done with it anyway, right?
Is an
Well,
inflatable roof.
That's the
Yeah, it
the
was
Carrier
inflatable.
Dome. Oh, that one too. Okay, so it was like the Carrier Dome where the Syracuse Orange men play.
Yeah, no, it did collapse, but they fixed it right away. It was fixed relatively fast.
Was it collapsed by snow? Right.
Yeah, no, but they wanted the Vikings wanted a new stadium where they're threatening to leave to LA. So us taxpayers had to foot the bill.
You should have let them leave. They fucking suck.
I had no choice.
No, girl,
I
it's
didn't
your
have a
fault
choice in that.
personally. No, you could have tried
What?
harder to get. You could have tried harder to get rid of them. It's your fault.
Hey, I voted all those fuckers out. What more do you want from me?
Well, don't worry about it. I mean, think about this. Your big rival, the Green Bay Packers, their reputation's safe because when Brett Favre is sent to jail for stealing money from food stamp recipients, which is despicable, he'll be wearing his Jet uniform in the picture, and they'll say former New York Jet Brett Favre, or they'll call him Brett Favre, like his name really is. They won't mispronounce it out of vanity, like in respect, like they do now.
This guy's supposed to be like evil or something. He's
Who
not
runs
very
away from?
convincing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and who runs away from the promise of head? I mean, give it a try.
He's no heart sidekick.
Incel the ogre, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't like sex or having friends. Now, is this a marathon or a carathon? Some Care Bears have jackalope ears. It's very strange.
Well, they got his daddy got a little drunk one night and went after a rabbit.
When a daddy Care Bear loves a mommy rabbit.
And that's how you got all the Care Bear cousins.
Guys, this isn't the best cartoon, but I'm having the fucking best time.
Ugh. Well, that's so. No, it's kind of like when we do cringe talk. There, we watch some of the worst fucking movies, but we have a hell of a time because time there because we just sit there and mock them. Oh, which I have a bone to pick with you, Germ. Damn it! Now I'm kind of curious to see what happens in Left Behind 2.
Well, we can always watch it next time the pick comes up.
The Kirk Cameron apocalypse movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only other time I've seen the guy from Friday the 13th, the series.
Yeah. Well, God, the CGI in those were so bad.
It's so bad. It's great. Yeah, and Kirk Cameron's acting just like if you thought he wasn't so good in Full House and Brotherly Love. I mean, you've got to see this. It's actually he reaches the deepest low you can reach. In fact, if you're good at lying, you're a better actor than Kirk Cameron. I hate to say it. I'm sorry. I wish I could figure out how to open up my new computer so I could remove the wrapping from the inner part and turn it on. But you know what? I'll get around to that.
It's important to warm up.
Unlike the Smurfs,
He'll be ready by the time the race is over.
Unlike the Smurfs, the trait you're named after doesn't necessarily dictate the traits you have. Swift Bear, lazy motherfucker. Sorry, Swift Heart. Now this would be a Care Bear cousin, right? Because it's a Care elephant. I like the cut of this villain's jib. If only he was better rendered. Is your copy of Care Bears backwards, or is the number 5 just backwards on this guy?
It's just backwards on his jersey.
I felt that was the case because of the way the motion in the cartoon is going, but I felt like it was an appropriate question. Sorry. I would like to see this combined with Star Trek, the animated series, and see what the Star Trek guys would think of the Care Bears.
The only way you can pull that off is if you had Bones make some of that special beans.
Damn it, Jim! I just boned a Care Bear. You have to always earn your nickname, Bones. Bend over, Jim. No, Bones.
Oh, is that how you got the nickname Bones? For boning people?
Yeah. By the way, there's a show called Bones, if you've heard of it. I got to tell everybody, the show Bones, it's not about Dr. McCoy. It has nothing to do with Star Trek. It's some kind of detective show, but there's a very fappable chick on it. But I would bone Bones, but Bones is not a show about bones, but she's boneable. So watch Bones.
All right, folks, take a shot every time Teak says Bones.
Here we go.
That's our drinking game today.
Watch me mess that up. You ready? So did you know the show Cold Case is not about beer? I was sure it was about beer. It's about some hot chick with very messy hair. Would you bone Bones, or are you more into the new girl? Are you an Emily?
Aren't they
or
sisters?
Zoe? I think they are. The one from Bones was classically more beautiful, but the one from New Girl. Now, I have a problem with her because in year 6, the show was still called New Girl. It should have been changed to, We Know Her, or That Girl Across the Hall. But they stuck to their guns and called it New Girl, much like Gary Oldman refused to call himself Gary Youngman when he was young. But she is super cute. But the other one from Bones, she's just stunningly beautiful. I don't know that there's any real. You'd be happy to go home to either, but I guess I prefer Bones.
I think I'd have to pass on both of them.
So you're not an Emily or a Zoe. See, I'm an Emily at heart, but I'm a Zoe as my personality. If you want to change the D channel.
They're going to have the stinking elephant win.
Just the tip. All right, it's the same kind of obstacle Obi-Wan couldn't figure out. So the show's at least of the same quality as a Disney Plus show. It's made sense for 25 seconds. It's actually better than Disney Plus.
He's sure evil enough. It's just he's too stupid to make it work.
So no heart. His power is he doesn't care, huh?
Pretty much.
That's been said about me that I don't care. Someone told me that they were fully healthy and everything was fine, and I looked at them kind of strangely, and I was like, I don't care. Like, why are you telling me this? Like, it's pretty ridiculous. It's like, oh, by the way, everything with me is fine. I'm like, okay, but I mean, I don't care. It was very strange. Like, they walked into the conversation and announced that they were absolutely fine, as though there was ever any doubt. It was so strange. And then they got mad at me for saying, like, you know, you're fine. You've always been fine. No hint of any problem. Like who cares? Like, nobody cares. If you were sick, it would be different.
Yeah.
Strange declaration. I know I walk into every party and I'm like, hi, guys, I'm not an alcoholic and I don't have cancer, right? Do they all have a heart tattooed on their ass?
Yep. That was
Wasn't
the
that
trademark.
Right, I was going to say, that's the branding for the toy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It could be worse, guys. We could be watching Cabbage Patch Kids. Swift-Heart really has just disappeared from this race that he's supposed to win like a long time ago. So
He hit the cactus.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Smoking cactus? A cactus, rather.
He beat every one of the traps, and then he just backed up into a cactus on his own.
Well, he's a Care Bear, not a smart bear, right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's what's called a camera. It's not part of your phone, but they were waving around what's called a photograph. It's a hard copy of the picture. The reason they wave it is they used to come out of the instant cameras wet. Rather than a battle cry, he has a skedaddle cry.
Yep.
This is still a lot better than The Last Jedi. I'll give it that.
Higher production quality than Alf.
The idea that Alf was a cartoon is deeply creepy. Was he back on like his own planet, or did it take place on Earth?
Back on Melmac.
So, wow.
Everything looked overly weird, and the stories were rather stupid.
So, in other words, it was a perfect representation of the Alf cartoon, Alf show that we saw, but as a cartoon.
To a point. Sharing isn't always caring. Sometimes there are legal consequences. Yeah.
Like if you're sharing heroin.
Well, just
Always
that's
check
what
the ID.
Well, that there depends on where you're at. Because like Portland, they decriminalized it. They recriminalized it in Portland
Right.
now.
Oh, did they? Thank God. You know what? Heroin, not a good idea. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going out on a limb here. Don't do heroin. However, are there safe injection sites in your state, guys? We already found out that maybe germ 50-50 might.
I'm not sure about New York. There certainly are in Seattle.
You're not allowed to fucking shoot up in New York or be a drug addict or be homeless. We throw those people in fucking jail.
Well,
No,
they
you
won't
guys-
throw you in jail here for nothing.
Well, I mean, the good news is you don't need bail, but you go back to jail to stay after like 3 months when your trial comes up because they're like, no, you're a lousy fucking junkie. Fuck you. You belong in prison with other people like you. That's our attitude. You don't work, you contribute nothing to society. You can go through withdrawal in jail where you won't hurt anybody except maybe yourself. And we don't care much about that anymore. Is it me or does everybody's name look like a nom de plume? Now we're getting to real names, but like we had a whole bunch of people who just had the last names of presidents up front. Like no one wanted to admit to voicing the Care Bears.
I don't know. It was a pretty good gig back in the day.
Could you imagine that? It's like,
There we go.
hey, what are you doing here at Studio 54? Hey, my name's Jim. I voice Tenderheart. I'm one of the Care Bears. You want to go cut the rug on a dance floor, baby? Just to orient people,
Well,
1988.
Voice actors, not actors.
1988 was a rough year. For the first 3 months, the Rolling Stones had broken up forever, and it took until about March or April for them to get back together and make an album. It lasted almost 26 months, the Rolling Stones break up forever. Heartbreaking. You guys don't know the kind of pain it is to live in a world without the Rolling Stones.
I've been waiting for that time for decades now. I'm amazed they're all still, well, the ones that are alive are alive.
Well, that was the best part of Highlander, the animated series, was like, my name's Jagger. I'll look out for you.
Pablo Picasso was never called an asshole.
Bow, bow.
Oh, there's still another one?
Yeah, this is the last one. Thank God.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Camp X-Ray Gitmo Cartoon Network. What are they on that weird planet from Next Generation where like they randomly enforce laws? No, the flowers must be 2 inches apart.
Sounds like the quality control guy at work.
We have to social distance the flowers, guys. Wookiee Fever Raid. Have fun. Bye, Edge. We love you. Oh, I think Edge
Have a
Tom
good
also
day,
said
Edge.
there are no. I think you also informed us that
Yeah.
there are no safe
Bye,
injection
Edge.
sites in New York. Thank you for letting me know. One day I had plans to have a heroin habit, but things like not dropping dead and not being a disgrace to my family got in the way. Fucked up my plans for my future. I blame my disability for that. I have the mutant gene for average intelligence, and I was like, no, I won't be a heroin addict. It's No Heart, you stupid fuck. He's your arch rival.
Well, Beastly's going to get what's obviously going to come to him.
What this show needs is a character everyone is disdainful of called Spare Bear that no one really cares about. To show the difference between when they care and when they don't. Even this music is a complete fail.
QA person got what he deserved.
And Care Bears will see an imminent threat, and rather than run away, they'll remark on it and wait for bad things to happen. He must be tired. He looks bushed.
Now he crushes it. And it's all the monkey's fault.
He's a care monkey. You bigot. So now we found out also Care Bears don't really care much because they're so stupid. One was kind of hurting the other, and they're like, why stop? But then when they themselves got hurt, they're like, okay, yeah, I understand why this is bad. They also have really
kind of
tight
like a 5-year-old.
apparently. Right, or a member of ISIS. About the same empathy level as an ISIS member.
Ugh.
The forest of feelings, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. That's an impressive amount of water for one fountain.
It had been withheld by the sandbags that the Care Bears had put in place.
Maybe they have a plumber Care Bear.
I don't know, but like they spend so much time bent over from the waist that it reminds me of the Charmin commercials using the Berenstain Bears. You've seen the bat signal. We also have a Care Bear signal. It would be great if some of the Care Bears had like terrible traits, like istophobic bear or something.
That's the new. That's the Inside Out movies.
It's Care Bears, but for a modern audience.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're gonna go see it because I know my kid really likes those movies, so I'm gonna take him to it.
I hope that you have a really good time at that movie with your kid.
Well, the first one wasn't too bad. The first one wasn't too bad.
And you know what? But if you're taking a kid to the movie, the expectation level changes. If the kid's enjoying the movie, you have a good time anyway. It doesn't have to be great. Like that was like what it was like when I used to take my nephew to movies.
The expectation is the kid sits there and watches the movie. You sit there and drink an overpriced soda.
Right.
Hey,
Except
quiet for 90
hey,
minutes.
come on, Jeremy. You don't have the big old trench coat?
yeah, the sneak in beer. I'll say this: the biggest stab in the back of any movie was Up. I was quietly crying as my nephew was unamused by that movie because it was so dark and horrible. If you thought about the plot, it didn't. The analysis of the plot was
Hey,
it was awful.
hey, all right. I'll make that movie look 1,000 times better. Watch Fred Myers Up.
I'm gonna try to say this very carefully so I don't get Jared in trouble. But the movie Up involves children who have no choice but to do their job or else. You get what I'm saying? And they adopted them. And if they work really, 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 really hard, the evil guy who's oppressing them, and he's oppressing them. I don't care. Like, I'm not trying to be politically correct here. He has them enslaved. It is what it is. But if they work really hard, they might get a chance to get adopted. And it was just so fucked up and so callous and so weird that I actually started shedding a few manly tears over how perverse it was. And I had to tune out.
Germ can vouch for me. The one we watched was really horrible.
Go ahead.
Yeah. That Myers Up is far and away worse than anything Pixar ever did.
By the way, I saw some continuity there. The Care Bear cousin didn't have a heart on his ass.
Of course, that's what you picked up.
I look for these things. I'm Admiral Teague. I'm an asshole. I overanalyze shows. I have a problem.
No, I think you're just a little focused on Care Bear butt.
No comment. How did I get all this ink on my dick?
Yeah. No, but Teague, you should have for one of your things there. You should do for mature audiences only, but do Fred Myers Up
Fred Myers Up. Wait, is that the
from
creator
1976? From
Oh,
1976. Oh my God! Put it this way: we got a guy that looks like Uncle Adolf from 1940s Germany, and let's just say he'd fit right in San Francisco.
Oh God, I call him Mustache Man or Hilter.
But he fit right into San Francisco. Like, Jerm was about ready to fucking leave the stream.
It's why I declared war on PvP.
Yeah.
Pleasant Valley Picker?
Yeah, we're at war now.
I mean, he's a formidable opponent, but it'll take him so long to explain his plans to his troops that you probably will end up with the initiative every time.
Well, no, with him there, I'm violating the Geneva Convention next week, or when it's my turn again.
I love PvP, and if you're out there, hey, buddy, I love you, but I think what you could impart to your troops in about 25 seconds, he would need at least 45 minutes to set up. It's like, let me orient you on our plan. A long time ago, there was a big bang, and you'd work forward from there.
That's a Canadian trait.
And he is, in fact, Canadian. We love you, PvP. We're bending your ear. No Heart just wants to fit in, but the Care Bears absolutely are istophobic towards him and don't give a fuck about him. They actually are the driving agent of the evil in their society is the way the Care Bears act. Now we're taking pregnancy tests? You got to work all parts of her body at once, and it just keeps gushing, bro. You sign your name in cursive with your tongue, and she'll. Oh wait, that's not what they're talking about.
So, never-ending fountain. That was his entire evil plan.
Yeah.
At least he had a plan, right? Gargamel just kind of went out there looking to exterminate the Smurf.
Yeah, he ran around with a loaf of bread trying to just grab the Smurf and make a sandwich.
Ian McDiarmid as No Heart. Slightly better actor than Emperor Palpatine, but basically the same character. Guys, is there a worse actor in a big movie than Ian McDiarmid? I think he might be the worst actor I've ever seen.
No, he's not that bad. I've seen Street Fighter movies. That's bad acting.
In Street Fighter 1, it has one of the worst human beings of all time, Alyssa Milano, but she plays chick with a great ass, and she pulls that role off because they spend most of the time she's on screen focusing on her assets. And I'm okay with saying
so
that she's...
The second one, Legend of Chun-Li. Legend of Chun-Li is definitely cringe stock worthy.
Is that like a prequel to Pawn Stars, Legend of Chun-Li? Is that like an origin story?
I don't remember. I blinked that out of my mind. It stars that chick from Smallville who thought she actually had a career after.
The one who went to jail or the one who played Lana?
The one who played Lana.
Okay, she doesn't go to jail. And she could have had a career as a model because she was really good looking.
Yeah, but the acting ability of a cardboard cutout.
Yeah, if she just worked on it, she was like half Asian or something like that. She's very distinctive looking.
Oh, they say she's half Asian in the movie. They say, oh right. Yeah, that's why she's Chun-Li. She's Chinese.
Wait, movie or show?
She's like in the movie. They say, oh yeah, she's Chun-Li. She looks Asian enough. Now drop Asian blood in her. She's Eastern European.
Is that the chick from Smallville was Eastern European, or is that just what you're talking with the other top? Okay, I didn't know that. I thought she was partially Asian. You'd be forgiven for thinking otherwise.
Yeah, I'm just ashamed of us.
What is this, bring down bear? Fuck this guy. I'm ashamed of us all. Yeah, all right. When you say it like that.
So they made a cloud submarine.
Now, if there was a mafioso Care Bear, I suppose his name would be Lionheart because, of course, Corleone, family from Godfather, Lionheart. And this looks nothing like Beetle's Yellow Submarine done really badly.
Were you expecting it?
Peter Max is throwing up somewhere. I'm allowed to say I think this is really terrible, right?
Oh, yeah. That's okay. It's meant for like 4 and 5-year-olds. It's supposed to be terrible.
It's terrible, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm having a really good time. I feel like we're all like in our pajamas eating cereal. Like it was a sleepover party and we're just watching the cartoons.
Yeah, those were the days in the 80s, 90s too.
Yeah, this weekend I go stay at my dad's house, Mom and him got divorced because he was always wearing her clothes. I'm going to have a great time. He lives with my Uncle Dave. They're just friends. It's one of the few cartoons I feel deeply confident in saying that I myself could draw this as well.
Yeah, they just want their home back.
And all Beastly wants is not to get his ass kicked again.
So here goes Scuba Heart and Swimmy Heart.
The worst thing could happen is you fall out of the sky and then no heart fries you.
Or you speak about something that might be threatening and it happens to show you how bad it is. So don't think any bad thoughts. Wow. The internet's still kind of off in the future, but this could have used like a GIFs in the actual show just to keep it moving along. Like every once in a while, when the Care Bears are doing something, just cut to Tommy Lee Jones from The Fugitive. I don't care.
How nice of them. They're going to save No Heart's home. Thus Beastly will be spared a lightning bolt up the butt.
Well,
I like that he stayed true to character. So, ladies and gentlemen, Care Bears, the poor man's Smurfs, or the middle class man's Snorks.
Much better toy line, though, than the Smurfs or Snorts ever made.
I'd agree. Much more successful. The Care Bears, remember, the Snorts, well, we would have to explain them to you. I guess they're sea monkey Smurfs is the best way to put it.
Yeah. Okay, that is our last episode, thankfully.
since we had to sit through that, I think you should put "As Told by Ginger" on the poll, and I'll rig it for that. I'll make you suffer through that.
No, I'm going to find such a I'm gonna find the biggest paper challenger I can to make sure Mega Man wins next week.
I love a Mega Man, or you should show Invincible, bro. That's a great cartoon, although it's current.
Yeah, current.
Hey.
And I'd get hit for that.
Well, not the way you show it, right? I show Star Trek on my Cosby like blatantly. By the way, Paramount, if you're listening, I took 100 views away from your shit show. That's like 3% of everything you're gonna get. Fuck you guys for that shitty Star Trek show. It is the worst thing. It should not be called Star Trek. Sorry, I'm done.
No, but Germ, for $20, I'll vote for it.
No, not quite.
Do you take like requests?
I rather just cheat.
How
yeah,
about, like,
sure.
Request from a dedicated viewer. You right? I'm a dedicated viewer of your show and a patron. And I would say this: I really want more Highlander the animated series. I love everything you've put on. I've never felt like it was. Well, today wasn't the best, but I've loved everything else you've put on. And Highlander the animated series. It's confused. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what their audience is, but it's interesting in a lot of ways. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it'll make its way back onto the poll. Right now, we have to get Mega Man into the winner's circle. I don't care what I have to put up there. I may just put another version of Mega Man on there. And depending on who wins,
do it.
That's the right Mega Man.
Hey, just do what you did with Dogman.
Oh, yeah, I could always pull a Dog City on that. But I'll give it one more run before I give it that treat, the communist voting style.
Right. We're going to keep this all pre-2020.
T, do you have anything you want to shout out before we go?
1 in every 4 Americans is an absolute idiot. Please read a book today.
Okay. Gorilla.
Yeah.
You got anything you want to shout out?
Well, let's see. Tonight at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time is Johnny Mnemonic or Mnemonic or however you say it.
With Keanu Reeves.
Mnemonic.
Yeah.
Okay, and then tomorrow at 4 o'clock Central Standard Time, we are watching the 8-day, 22-hour, 36-minute long Lord of the Rings the extended edition, The Return of the King. And then
great fucking movie.
Then Wednesday will be Justified. We'll hopefully finally get back to Justified. Then for Chris Stock, PvP still hasn't given me his pick for next week. And then for the Waltons review, we're reviewing the episode. I can't remember. Episode 6.
I believe The Ring.
No, yeah, The Ring. Oh man, that one's gonna be a low grader, I believe. But I also got a poll up in the community channel right now. I tagged a lot of you guys in it right now. But for what our next franchise will be that we're going to be watching on Sunday Cinema. It's the Pixar Jaws, Sharknado, Super Troopers, and RoboCop.
Wow, what a day.
Yeah, so.
Yep. Good lineup.
Oh. And I about closed out your thing, and I'm not even charged at 8.
Guys, hit the like and follow button for my pal Resolute Germ. He brings us cartoons. It just gives them to us to take or leave. It's absolutely the most generous thing any YouTuber does. He doesn't give a fuck about watch time or watch hours or likes, but I do because I think he's great. So please, just hit that like and follow button for him.
Oh, don't oversell it. I care a lot about the watch hours and the likes, and I would sure like to make a little money off of this at some point. God knows they kind of in the shitter. But this isn't the place for my political rant, so I'll get to that on like a Thursday. Night
Yeah,
straight.
Germ has very strange political views. He believes that as hard as you work is as much as you should be rewarded. And if you have a skill, you should be rewarded a little more if you work hard. But that's strange guy. Capitalism, is that the word?
Yeah. Something we forgot about a long time ago.
He's going to break it down for me and Gorilla after the show. We, of course, we only know communism.
Well, Gorilla lives in a normal place. You and I both live in
communist places.
Yeah.
One of us, I guess, what would we describe New York? It's like a very, very nice North Korea.
Yeah.
And
I might as well live in Beijing, China.
I was going to say, yeah.
AKA Seattle.
On a given weekend, if you're in Beijing, you may see Resolute Germ watching cartoons on his phone in Tiananmen Square.
It's actually probably nicer than Seattle looks right now.
You would be one of those conspiracy theorists in China who said, like, in Tiananmen, where we are now, this place, Tiananmen Square, there was once a big riot here where they tried to overthrow the government. And people would be like, that's not true. Things tend to unhappen in countries that are commie.
Yeah.
Like people having the right to vote in Canada. The one thing I am proud about, that guy, you know what? I want to say this. That guy probably was punished, but that is
he's dead. He's dead.
They probably
they did nothing to him after that day.
He might be 70 by now, right? He was about a 30-year-old guy. It's about 35, 40 years ago. What happened was,
and he does about 35, 40 seconds later, that's when they stopped punishing him.
Did they?
Just because they couldn't top 25 miles an hour on the tank.
I honestly, if I remember that correctly, it was they sort of broke up the riot, and this guy had nothing to do with it and was coming home with some fruit from like the local grocery communist store where he used commie currency to buy his food. And he was just trying to get home, and the whole thing was in his way, and with no political motivation whatsoever, he just sort of defied the tank. It's like, fuck you, no, I'm going to keep walking home. So I was okay with that guy.
Yep. Yeah, I thought he got ran over.
Was okay with him too. He did. He was jelly.
He was. Did they jellify him? It's too bad. A hero to all pedestrians. He just stood there and flipped off the tank. He did it in Chinese. It was hard to understand his middle finger with his thick Chinese accent, but I was able to augur it. I can give the finger in 4 different languages.
Yeah. We'll be back Tuesday for Sci-Fi Cinema Andromeda and Thursday open panel. And the poll for next week's cartoon will be up, should be tomorrow. Till then, take care, everyone.
Think before you ink.
Definitely.